Greetings, Brappers. Today, I'd like to follow on a bit from our last video and speak about the way in which we see ourselves. And this is because I mentioned that I'm doing a life coaching certificate. No, a diploma, not a certificate. I did a certificate many years ago, and it's something I'm taking very seriously. I will be practicing life coaching. So, this is just a little lead into it. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jazz Mackenzie. I have a blog called It's Brap It's Life on itsbrap.blogspot.com. That is a bit of a tongue twister, honestly. And today we'll be looking, as I said, at how we see ourselves. Many years ago, I kept getting called Queen Jazz. That's partly because I was running a reggae page, and it's Queen this, Queen that, King this, King that, or Empress. And there's a lot of power between envisioning yourself as a queen or an empress. Once you envision yourself as something, it gives you something to live up to. And over the years, I really inhabit that idea of queen, because a queen is a person who very much lives within their own power. It's not about having power over other people, having power over a kingdom or a realm. It's about having power over your own life, embracing all those qualities that you choose to embrace. And those qualities should all stem from integrity. We must have a high level of personal integrity and understand what we stand for. Because if we don't understand what we stand for, we're liable to trip into other people's ideas and ways of thinking. If we don't know who we are, we give other people power over us quite inadvertently. You don't know you're doing it, but if you don't know who you are, then you're likely to become a sheeple. That's a very in word, but sheeple it is. You fall for everything, everyone else's ideas. You run along with what they say because you're not instigating your own power to think for yourself. And that is really, really important. It's important to be able to think for yourself within any sort of a relationship. And we'll be coming back to this more frequently, whether it's a business relationship, family relationship, friendship, personal one-to-one relationship. You need to be able to switch your thinking power on at a moment's notice, because people sometimes will try to trick you to go along with their thoughts, their feelings. They want you to reinforce what they think and believe. And in my last unit, which was looking at this a bit, it made me really realise that if you don't know how you think yourself, you can basically fall over and go along with other people. And another way of looking at it is sometimes we have very set ideas ourselves. We go out, we talk about something, we expect people to agree with us, and lo and behold, they don't. And it's a shock. But then that's the point at which you challenge your own thinking. You look at what they're saying, and it's, why are they not agreeing with me? Why are they thinking differently? And that is a very good time to turn things on their heads and look at an opposite point of view, because although we know where we're coming from, we have integrity. We're not always right because we don't extend our thinking. We're stuck on a set of ideas and we're not prepared to investigate other avenues, especially when we're angry. If we're angry about something, we automatically think we're right about something, and sometimes we have problems backing down. Sometimes we do not look at the bigger picture, and the other person comes from their point of view, and nobody's point of view is necessarily right. You just believe your point of view always is. I mean, that's being human. When we're human, we believe we're right. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're wrong. It just means that we haven't thought about other issues. We don't know where someone else is coming from. We just know where we're coming from. That's what we were speaking about, basically. Is your frame, who you are, where you come from, because we are who we are due to various things: our backgrounds, our spirituality, our experiences, our education, our interactions with other people. All of these things frame the basis for who we actually are and how we perceive ourselves. Usually, if you speak to other people, you'll find that they perceive you very differently. I actually came across that when I was speaking to Jenny Garrett, a very well-known life coach who's received various honours. Back in the day, when I spoke to her, I thought of myself as lazy. She said, Jez, you're not lazy. And I'm thinking, yes, I am, because I haven't done X, Y, and Z. But when she reframed it for me, I realised I wasn't lazy. I was just under a lot of pressure and juggling a lot of different issues at that time. And sometimes, once we label ourselves, we find it hard to move forwards. And we have to make provisions for those labels and look again. And I mentioned this when I was speaking about willpower in the last video, having listened to Stephen Bartlett speak about willpower and finding out that actually we have limited supplies each day. And we really need to learn to look at ourselves from different standpoints and look at other people from different standpoints. And part of being a queen or a king is being able to keep readjusting your crown. And that's probably what I'll call this series, because we cannot be consistent. We are human. We can't be consistent. We have emotions. We ride up and down on tides of emotions. One day we do well, the next day not so well. One day we're rolling along doing really well and something goes slam. Sometimes it's a piece of music. Sometimes you see someone you've not spoken to in a long time. But the thing is, we need to come back to our centre point. We need to readjust that crown. And the only way we can do this is by knowing who we are in the first place. So I'm urging everybody to go out and think about who you are. Who are you? What makes you you? What are your likes, your dislikes? What are your principles? Because this is what is really important. It's finding a starting place for yourself. And before you go into your bigger dreams of what you want for the future, who are you now? How have you arrived here? And what areas do you want to work on in order to improve yourself? We've all set New Year's goals or resolutions. Most of us know where we want to move to. But the question is, have you got those inner resources to do it? Or do you expect things to just work like magic? What are you prepared to work on to make yourself a better, stronger person so that you can tackle all of the new incoming plans that you have? For me, as I said last time management is a huge part of this. And I've started already. I'm quite proud of myself. I've completed a couple of units already this year of my course just by pushing hard, putting on videos, listening to information, reading bits and pieces, putting my arguments together so that I know that I can achieve what I want to achieve. And it's a balance. My today's set of tasks goes from removing all of the Christmas decorations, which I want to get done today, as I said, to getting that unit completed, which I've already done. I've ordered the yoga blocks I wanted, not because I'm doing yoga, but I want to do some exercises and I need a block in order to do them, something I found on YouTube. It's about acting quickly, acting promptly, as I always say to you, be ready and act promptly. I found the video yesterday. I like the exercises. Today I have bought and collected those blocks and I can start one set this evening just to see whether they kill me or not, really. But, again, integrity, exercise was on my program. Integrity, complete what you promise yourself you're going to do. Okay, I think that's plenty to be going on with today. So the quick summary is, know who you are as a king or a queen, check out your own integrity, check out your future goals, find out what you need to do in order to meet them and do it. All right, bless everyone. And I'll just mention my blog again. It's Brap It's Life. Put that into Google. It will come up, I promise you, BRAAP. And I will see you on the next video. Goodbye for now and have a great rest of your day.